Hey there everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is another video in my Real Talk movie review series. And this is my last upload for a while until I watch some more movies. I have uploaded several other videos in this series tonight, and I also dropped some new book reviews as well. So go check everything out here in my channel. If you're not already a subscriber, hit that red button. If you like this video, give it a like and let me know what you want me to review next in the comments. I am really excited for this next review that I'm going to do tonight. I have been trying to watch this movie since September when it first came out, and I finally got to watch it, so let's talk about it. Tonight I'm reviewing Dear Evan Hansen, the film. Preface: I have not seen the Broadway musical. I have only listened to the soundtrack. I love the soundtrack, and I also have not read the book, which, in case you didn't know, there's a book too. I hope to be reading the book very, very soon. I'm going to borrow it from my brother, but I did finally get my hands on watching the theatrical film. So that's what we're going to be talking about in this video. All right, let's get started. For those of you who aren't familiar, Dear Evan Hansen is based on the Broadway musical by the same name, starring the friendly face you see there in the top right, Ben Platt. Ben Platt opened the role on Broadway in 2016 and was asked to reprise his role as the titular character in the theatrical film. I show a picture of some of the other cast members as well down there in the bottom, and most of the pictures that you see on the screen are of Ben playing Evan. The movie follows Evan Hansen, who, as an assignment from his therapist, is asked to write letters to himself to encourage himself and get himself through the high school stressors. He does suffer from social anxiety, and it's speculated that he suffers from some other neurological differences as well. But he definitely suffers from social anxiety, has a hard time making friends, keeping friends, that sort of thing. The top left picture shows Evan and Zoe. Zoe is played by Caitlin Dever, who is known for her role in Last Man Standing. She also has a band, I guess. I just found that out. And she has been in some other Netflix series as well. Some other big name stars are in this film, including Julianne Moore and Amy Adams, who play Evan and Connor's moms, respectively. And Nick from Atypical. He plays Zahid. I'm not sure of his last name. It has evaded me. But he also is in the film. Fun fact, the actor who plays Connor in the theatrical film was the understudy for Connor and Evan and Jared in the original Broadway musical, and they have asked him to reprise his role as well, or play the role of Connor in this film. The story follows Evan as he kind of gets himself intertwined in this web of lies surrounding Connor Murphy, who Evan tells Connor's parents that they were friends after Connor commits suicide. Not really a spoiler. The rest of the film is what's the spoiler about it. If you know anything about the soundtrack, the Broadway musical, or the film, you know that that's kind of the storyline. So let's go ahead and get into the pros. Ben Platt. Number one, off the top, he does a fantastic job in the film, as I'm sure he did in the original Broadway musical as well. I'm really sad that I didn't get to see him play his role. However, I'm hoping to get to see the stage show very, very soon. The actor playing Connor also does a very nice job. It makes sense. I was thinking to myself when they were singing Sincerely Me, like, wow, this sounds exactly like the soundtrack. And probably because there is a chance that it could have been the same actors from the soundtrack, given the information I found out about the actor playing Connor. The cast did a really nice job delivering this script. They did a very nice job delivering the film, very nice job delivering the musical numbers in the film. The chemistry between Zoe and Evan really flies off the screen. Kudos to Caitlin Dever for being up next to Ben Platt and taking on that role. I was saying to myself the whole time I was watching this film, can you imagine the pressure that must have been mounting on these TV actors who are next to the original Evan Hansen, a role, that is familiar to Ben Platt. He played this role in, night out for however many runs of the show. And he brought it back to life again. Now, I know the difference between live theater and theatrical film is vast, and they require more hours, more rehearsals, lots more scenes to be shot, that sort of thing. So there still, I'm sure, was an enormous amount of pressure on Ben as well. But for these actors and actresses to work alongside him was, to me, a true honor. And I'm sure they felt the same way. And I've watched some interviews and things where they did. It really, 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 really makes me want to see the stage show. So I'm hoping to get I hear it's traveling this year, so I'm hoping maybe I can see it somewhere down the line. The cons. There were, when I think of a theatrical film based on a musical, I am watching it to get I'm thinking of like the Hamill film. So Hamill film on Disney Plus was the musical in a home theater version. Cats, I'm thinking of some other ones, West Side Story, Into the Woods. When you think of these movie adaptations of Broadway musicals, typically you don't. I know that there are certain things that have to be omitted for a time constraint purpose. I also feel like certain things were omitted to make it a PG-13 rating. Instead of, because I've heard that the stage show is a little bit more vulgar, a little bit more raunchy. And I feel that in order to make it a PG-13 rating, they kind of omitted some of that dialogue. However, some of the best moments in the stage show were omitted when they omitted certain songs. For example, the song that Connor's dad sings to Evan about the glove. How to Break in a Glove. That is a great song. It really shows how far into this Evan is getting, and it shows how far in Connor's parents are feeling, and it really shows a little bit more of why Evan is doing what he's doing, that feeling of acceptance, that feeling of having a father figure, and, on Connor's dad's side, the feeling of finally having a son who's interested in the same thing that you're interested in despite your best effort. I thought that was critical, and I was so sad that they omitted that song. They also omitted the song that Evan's mom sings. Good for You. They omitted that song, which I love that song as well. And they omitted most of Disappear. He started to sing it. And actually, now that I'm reflecting back, I think they did omit Disappear, because he, instead of singing Disappear, he just immediately starts singing You Will Be Found. So Disappear was omitted, and I feel like that was kind of, I didn't love that. And I also wasn't happy that they omitted Anybody Have a Map. So they omitted like 4 or 5 of the key songs from the stage show. Again, I know they don't want to have a 3-hour movie. I get that. But again, I feel like they could have maybe done a shorter version, or at least like referenced it. They opened up right away with Waving Through a Window, which of course was great. But Disappear, in my opinion, Disappear is better than You Will Be Found, because You Will Be Found is just so overplayed. And at first, after first watch, I didn't even think they played or sang You Will Be Found. And then the more I thought about it, I was like, yeah, they definitely did play You Will Be Found. Because how could you make this movie without that song? Anywho, I was upset that they omitted certain songs. I was also upset that they added new songs. They omitted certain songs from the soundtrack to add in 2 new songs. And that seems silly to me. I feel like that was unnecessary. I wish they would have just stuck to the original. I know they were trying to give it a life of its own. I know they were trying to create a legacy of its own. However, when you're making a film adaptation, certain things should not be messed with. And I feel like if you're going to omit songs, you shouldn't then add in new ones. Just defeats the whole purpose of why you possibly omitted the songs. Now, it could have gone into the fact that the cast didn't feel comfortable singing the songs. Amy Adams has sang in other films before, but she didn't sing very much in this film. Not sure what was up with that. Julianne Moore sang, which I was surprised by. And Connor's dad sang, but very, very little. So he maybe didn't feel comfortable singing. So it could have been a cast thing, but again, cast people who want to sing. Just my 2 cents. But I was upset that they omitted those key songs to the story. They obviously felt like they weren't key to the story, but then added this Anonymous Ones song, and then they added a song at the very end that Connor was to have written when he was in rehab, which was also interesting. other than to listen to the soundtrack again and to see the soundtrack play out as a music video style, I'm not enticed to watch this film again. But I am really, really intrigued to see the stage show so I can have all of the songs that I love and have grown to love. Other than that, the film does not entice me to watch it again. Very good job on part of the cast. I thought it was a great film on the first watch, but I am not intrigued to go and watch it again, other than to listen to the music again, in which case I would go and watch the stage show where I can listen to the entire soundtrack. Overall, though, I give it a B. Cheers to the cast. Cheers to Ben Platt. Did a great job, as always, delivering this script and this story and these characters and bringing them to life. I thought Sincerely Me was very well done. That was probably my favorite scene in the film, even though it's not my favorite song on the soundtrack. Caitlin Dever did a great job playing Zoe. Her voice is great. And their songs and their chemistry together, like Only Us and If I Could Tell Her, those were great scenes. They did a phenomenal job. So overall, it was good. I give it a B, but I'm not going to rush out and watch the movie again. I'll just listen to the soundtrack or hopefully get tickets to the stage show. Yeah, so that's it, I think, for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you want me to watch next and review next in the comments. Currently, we're working on rewatching the Harry Potter series, so I'm probably not going to do reviews of all those but maybe I will, since the 20th anniversary is coming up. Maybe I will. That would be fun. It's hard to do a review of the Harry Potter trilogy or the Harry Potter saga, though, without giving away spoilers, and then you don't know how much people know, and I don't even know that much compared to many of you, I'm sure, because I've never read the books, so we'll see. We'll think about it. Thank you guys so much, as always, for watching. This has been my honest review of Dear Evan Hansen, the theatrical film. Looking forward to possibly seeing the stage show sometime soon. I'll let you know how that goes. Thanks, guys. See you in the next one.